Hello students, we have discussed about injective function, surjective function and bijective function. Taking some examples of functions, right? Now I have told you to discuss about the injectiveness, surjectiveness and bijectiveness of our real functions, some of our real functions. Okay. First, let us discuss about your constant function. Yes, f(x), f is a real function defined as f(x) is equal to k. K is a constant. K is a real constant. It is a real number, right? So, from its definition, it is clear that it is a many one function. It is a many one function because for each real value of x, the value of f(x) is always k. So it is a many one function, right? And it is also not surjective because its range of this function is only equal to k, a single term set which is not equal to r. So it is neither injective nor surjective. F is neither injective nor surjective. Right? One. Let us discuss another function. f(x) is equal to, you take f is a real function. Suppose it is f1, 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 f1. f2 is a real function defined as f2x is equal to x square. X square. You see, here it is also neither injective nor surjective. How? For, you see, clearly we take two elements, say -1 belongs to R and 1 also belongs to R, where 1 is not equal to -1, but f of -1, what is this? -1 square, that is 1, that is equal to 1 square, that is equal to f of 1, right? F of -1 is equal to f of 1. But they are different elements. 1 and -1, they are two different elements. So it is not injective. Sorry, F2. F2 is not injective, right? But similarly, it is not subjective. F2 is not subjective. Why? As range of F2 is the set of non-negative real numbers 0 to infinity, or it can be erased. It is 0 to infinity, which is not equal to R. So F2 is not surjective. Yes, I have written it. F2 is not surjective. But you see, this function can be made surjective, it can be made injective. How? By restricting the domain and codomain. By restricting its domain as well as its codomain. Suppose I will restrict the function from 0 to infinity to 0 to infinity. You see. Suppose I will take it from this to R, right? Then you see f3, suppose. f3x is equal to x square. Here for x1, x2 belongs to this 0 to infinity, f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 f3 x1 square is equal to x2 square, right? And this implies x1 square minus x2 square is equal to 0 implies x1 minus x2 into x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. This implies x1 minus x2 is equal to 0 or x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. This implies x1 is equal to x2 or x1 is equal to minus x2. But x1 is equal to minus x2 is impossible for x1 not equal to 0, x2 not equal to 0. This is impossible. If they are 0, then it is possible. If it is not 0, there are non-negative real numbers. So x1 is equal to minus x2 is impossible in that case because both are positive numbers. So one cannot be the negative of the other. If it is this, if it is x2 is positive means x1 will be negative. So this is impossible. This is impossible. Okay. So the only possibility is this. Thus, f3 of x1 is equal to f3 of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2. Right. So f3 is 0 to infinity to r is injective, right? It is injective. Now it is injective. By restricting the domain, here the domain was r, but here the domain is the non-negative real numbers. So here it is injective. But you see it is not surjective. Why? Because range of f3 is 0 to infinity, which is not equal to r. So f3 is not surjective. Right? It is not surjective. So if we will again change the domain, codomain, we have changed the domain. If we will restrict the domain as well as codomain, suppose you see, yes, it is f3, right? If I will take f4 from I can take it from 0 to infinity to 0 to infinity, right? If you will take the function like this, then defined as f4x is equal to x square. If I will take this, then you see it will be injective. Yes, we have proved it, it is injective. Here f4, range of f4 will be what? It is this. This. So f4 is both injective and surjective and hence bijective. It is a bijective real function. Yes. If the domain and codomain will be restricted to this, then it will be a bijective function. So the nature of the function does not depend only on the formulae. It also depends upon the domain and codomain of the function. Okay. So yes, let us discuss some other functions. It is a subjective and by injective, hence bijective function. You take another, suppose f is a function from R to R defined as fx is equal to 2x plus 3, right? It is a linear polynomial function, first degree polynomial, right? Fx is equal to 2x plus 3. Yes, we can say that it is. We will let us test whether it is injective or not, whether it is surjective or not. Okay, for suppose f4 gone f5, right? Let for x1 x2, for x1 x2 belongs to R, let f5 of x1 is equal to f5 of x2. f5 for 5 is a subscript which distinguishes different functions. Yes, f5 x1 is equal to f5 x2 is the name of a function f5, and this implies it is 2x1 plus 3 is equal to 2x2 plus 3. We can cancel 3 from both sides. 2x1 is equal to 2x2, hence 2 can also be cancelled. It is x1 is equal to x2, right? Thus f5 from R to R is injective, because f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2. Next we will show that it is surjective. You see, in a finite set we can find the range of a function, but here it is an infinite set, also uncountable set. We cannot find the range of the function like in tabular form. So we will adopt the third definition of surjective function for y belongs to R. R means this R, codomain. R here, codomain, right? For y belongs to the codomain R, we have y is equal to f of x for x belongs to our domain. If y is equal to 2x plus 3, that is if 2x is equal to y minus 3, that is if x is equal to y minus 3 by 2. Yes, I have told you that it will be surjective. If for every y here we will find x here such that fx is equal to y. For every y here we will find x in R such that f means f5 of x is equal to y. If we will be successful, then we say that it is surjective. For every y here you are getting x here, so whose image is y? Yes, we have got it. For every y in R, we have x in R which is equal to y minus 3 by 2. So we can calculate. If you know the value of y, you can find its preimage. What is its preimage? Y minus 3 by 2. Okay? For every real y, yes, whether x is real or not, if y is real, then y minus 3 must be real. And if y minus 3 is real, y minus 3 by 2 is also real. So thus, for every y belongs to R, it is codomain. There exists x belongs to domain. X belongs to R. X is equal to what? Y minus 3 by 2 belongs to R, means domain. such that y is equal to f of x. Y is equal to f of x. So sorry, f5, right? So f5. So f5 is surjective. It is surjective. Hence, f5 from R to R is bijective. It is bijective, right? Then let us discuss another function. Say it is a polynomial function. So let us discuss a rational function. Rational function. Okay. Yes. Number 3, 4. Suppose, for example, f6 R to R, R to R, it is not defined, R difference to R difference 0, defined as fx is equal to 1 by x, right? Fx is equal to 1 by x. Let us test whether it is injective, surjective or not. f6. For x1, x2 belongs to R difference 0, let f6 of x1 is equal to f6 of x2. This implies 1 by x1 is equal to 1 by x2, and this implies x1 is equal to x2. So f6 is injective. It is injective. Yes, it will be injective. We have got f6 of x1 is equal to f6 of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2. So it is injective. Okay. Now let us test for surjectiveness. For y belongs to R difference this, we will find x belongs to R difference this such that y is equal to fx if y is equal to 1 by x, that is if x is equal to 1 by. Yes, if x is a non-zero real number, yes, it is a non-zero real number, then 1 by x must be a non-zero real number. So we can find y belongs to this. We will find this where x is equal to 1 by y. So thus, for every y belongs to this, there exists x which is equal to 1 by y belongs to R difference this such that y is equal to f6 of x. So f6 is surjective. It is surjective. This function is surjective, right? So thus the given function f6 is bijective. Yes. Thus f6 from R difference 0 to R difference 0 is bijective. It is a bijective function, right? It is a bijective function. That means it is both injective as well as surjective. Let us discuss about our absolute function, absolute value function f from R to R defined as f7 circumstance. defined as fx is equal to absolute value of x. Absolute value of x. So let us test whether it is injective or bijective. We know fx is equal to modulus of x. It is equal to x if x is positive, and if it is minus x if x is negative. That means it is always non-negative. Modulus value is always non-negative. Yes, clearly modulus of minus 2 is equal to modulus of 2. That is f7. f7 of minus 2 is equal to f7 of 2. But minus 2 is not equal to 2. So f7 is not injective. It is not injective. Right? Again, range of f7. It is 0 to infinity, which is not equal to r. So f7 is also not surjective. It is not surjective. Yes. But if we will restrict its domain and codomain, you see, suppose you take f8 is a mapping from 0 to infinity to 0 to infinity. Then defined as f8x is equal to modulus of x is bijective. It is bijective. Of course, if you take another function f9 from minus infinity to 0 to 0 to infinity, f9 x is equal to same modulus of x is also bijective. It will be bijective. Right? It is bijective. Yes. Okay. Let us discuss about it is fifth one, then sixth one is your exponential function, right? Exponential function. Sixth, f is a function from R to R, f10, defined as f10x is equal to 3 to the power x, exponential function. Yes, 3 is a positive number. We have a to the power x is the exponential. I have given a particular, I have taken a particular exponential function 3 to the power x. 3 is greater than 0 here. f10x is equal to 3 to the power x. Yes. Let us test whether it is injective or not. For x1, x2 belongs to R, let f of 10, this is the procedure, is equal to f10 of x2, right? This implies 3 to the power x1 is equal to 3 to the power x2, right? And this implies, yes, 3 to the power x1 by 3 to the power x2 is equal to 1. This implies 3 to the power x1 minus x2 is equal to 1. 1 means x1 minus x2 must be equal to 0. Implies we have got x1 is equal to x2. So f10 is injective. Yes, it is injective. But it is not surjective. How? Because you see, but 3 to the power x is what? It is a non-negative. That means is always greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. It is a positive. So range of F10 is equal to S 0 to open range, 0 to infinity, right? So which is not equal to R. So F10 is not surjective. It is not surjective. But if you will restrict its codomain, its domain is okay, it is injective. That means to make a function injective, we have to restrict the domain, and to make a function surjective, we have to restrict its codomain. If possible, right? Yes. So let us restrict its codomain, because you see it is non-negative real numbers, it contains real numbers, so we can restrict. Yes, F11 from R to R plus. R plus means 0 to infinity. Then F11 must be injective. F11x is equal to 3 to the power x. F define as must be injective and surjective. Yes, and hence surjective and hence bijective, right? It is bijective. So this is about your exponential function. Then we can discuss about your logarithm function. You see, logarithm function. Logarithm function, what is its domain? It is not defined for negative numbers. For 0, it is not defined. So it is a mapping. Suppose F12 is a mapping from positive real numbers to R, defined as F12x is equal to logarithm of x base e, or which is known as the natural logarithm, lnx, right? Yes. Let us see. F12x is log x. For, we'll test whether it is injective and surjective or not. For x1, same process, x2 belongs to 0 to infinity. Let F12x1 is equal to F12x2, right? And this implies natural logarithm of or log of x1 with base e is equal to log of x2 with base e. This implies log of x1 with base e minus log of x2 with base e is equal to 0. This implies logarithm of x1 by x2 with base e is equal to 0. This implies x1 by x2 must be equal to e to the power 0, that is 1, and this implies x1 is equal to x2, right? We have got it. X1 is equal to x2. So F12 is injective. It is injective, right? Now, whether it is subjective or not, you see, yes, range of F, 12. Range of F12 is the whole set of real numbers. Yes, which is equal to the codomain. So F12 is also what? Surjective. Thus, F12 is bijective. Okay. Yes, we will discuss about other functions and other equivalence. Yes, equivalent sets, one correspondence, inverse, etc. in the next lecture. Okay, thanks.